What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about this Honda CBR 600rr 2015 in full black that I just picked up the other day, or actually a couple weeks ago. This little thing keeps popping off. I need to add new glue to it. But yeah, I bought this bike about 3-4 weeks ago with 175 miles on it, and I think I got a pretty crazy deal on it. So we're going to jump on the bike and talk about how I kind of felt like I was getting scammed. And at the end, I'll reveal the price, and you guys can decide if you think I got a good deal or bad deal. But yeah, everything's looking nice and clean. I've cleaned the chain twice. I've since gotten past the break-in period. It also came with this nice little lighting kit, which you can't really... I think I need to retape that, apparently. But yeah, let's hop on the bike and talk about the sale. First, let you hear it power up. I don't know how the mic is going to pick up in here, if it's going to be easy to hear or hard to hear or whatever. Let's get Siri to turn on noise cancellation. Hey Siri, turn on noise cancellation. There we go. Now I can't hear anything. So let's power this baby up and we'll talk as we ride. So it's already warm because I came out here to this nice road. It's actually pretty cool back here. I've never been back here, but it's pretty awesome. I've been riding for a few years now. I started out on a Harley Sportster 1200, which I still own. So this is not my first bike, but it is my first sport bike. And I've been looking for one for, I would say, maybe like... I've been looking for a sport bike for probably 6 months. And everybody knows how it goes. You scroll through the endless listings on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and hope that something crazy pops up. And usually, eventually, at least in my case, I find something. So if you're not familiar with the sport bike market, which I'm sure you are if you're watching this video, they don't really get cheap unless they're well used, tracked, or otherwise. You can't find one with super low miles usually for a ridiculous price. They're usually at least $7,000 for any bike. You can't find a used bike that has under 7,000 miles or under 5,000 miles or under 2,000 miles for under $7,000. Like usually, as long as it's 2010 and up, and it's got at least under 10,000 miles, that bike is going to be $6,000 or $7,000, depending on how well it was cared for. So I was looking for something that was kind of like new and unused, but not new price, if that makes sense. Which 2015 with 175 miles, I think I did pretty good, and you'll be the judge of that at the end when I tell you the price. Basically, I was up at 1 a.m. 6 months into my search, scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, and ended up seeing this cross my news feed, and I was like, oh, this can't be real. 175 miles, that's crazy. Sure enough, I click on it. It's got 4 images. I'm like, okay. That's the first sign that it's not a scam, is that it doesn't only have one image, like one pixely image, you know? I click on the guy's profile, and he seems kind of legit. I shoot him a message and ask him, like, hey, is this still available, or is it taken already, or does it run? And he messages, yeah, I still have it. I've got 2 guys driving like 6 or 7 hours down to in 2 days to come check it out. But I still have it, and it does run. It runs like brand new. And I'm like, okay, I'll trust you on that, at least for now, while I'm not handing you cash. So I shoot the listing over to, we're just turning around. I shoot the listing over to a couple of my sport bike friends and ask them what their thoughts are, and they're like, yeah, that looks like a crazy deal. That's like pretty good. And I was like, okay, so that means that if it's legit, at the very least, I'm not just being a crazy guy who's so excited to buy a bike that I'm making it like sound like a deal to myself. So I message him again. It's 1 a.m. by the way that I'm messaging him all of this. I shoot him a message and say, hey, just don't sell it before 7 a.m. like after I sleep on this. Like, let me make sure that I'm not just being crazy. And then I'll message you at 7 a.m. He's like, deal. I won't sell it like until you message me at 7 a.m. I was like, okay, great. So sure enough, I didn't sleep very well that night, or at all really. I shoot him a message at 7 a.m. saying, yep, I'm 100%. I had already like transferred all the correct money to the right account to get the cash out, and I said, let me just get that VIN number so that I can make sure that you didn't steal this bike or wreck it or anything like that. And also, I was like, and is the title in your name? Because once my brother bought a bike, and we get there, and the title was in someone else's name. It was a buddy's name. It ended up being okay. But I thought, this is good to ask. So, sure enough, the title is not in his name. It is in his father-in-law's name because his father-in-law bought it for his wife. I was like, okay, as long as you're not, like, divorced from your wife and stealing this bike, then I think that's fine. I think we'll be okay. He's like, yeah, we're good. I was like, okay, great. So we plan to meet up at 10 a.m. I get there, check the bike out. It looks solid, as you can tell. It did only have 175 miles turned on. It ran. The tires were clean. The chain was a little bit like dusty looking, so I did clean that, but and I did do the oil. But for the most part, the bike was very solid. So, at the end of the day, I did buy the bike, obviously. Well, we took that one wide. And here's the kicker. I'm just going to tell you the price now, and you guys can decide down at the comments, like, did I get a crazy deal? I got this bike for $5,900. 175 miles, 5 years old. Immaculate. It literally looks like it came off the lot. The two keys that he gave me, one had the plastic dealership, like floaty looking device thing, and the other one still had the handwritten details about the bike tag on it. So yeah, I think that's a pretty crazy deal. Let me know in the comments below if you think it was absolutely crazy. I'm thinking I'll be able to flip this bike if I ever sell it, at least in the next 2 years after putting 10,000 miles on it for a profit. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Let me know if you guys have gotten any crazy deals, and subscribe. This is a new channel. I've had a couple YouTube channels in the past, but I never really got into the biking motovlog life. But I think this is a good time to start. So let me know in the comments below. Give it a like or dislike if you freaking hate that I got a deal. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.